Hello everyone, in this video I will explore some of the arguments put forth by some of the most influential minds, that is from philosophers to neuroscientists, surrounding the issue of free will. Aristotle's perspective on the issue of free will. Aristotle argues in the favor of free will. His argument is that if there is no free will, then we cannot praise or appraise people. Right? He is taking a mathematical approach to the issue. He is introducing a statement. If this statement is true, then the second statement cannot be true. Hence, the first statement is wrong. He's taking a mathematical approach. No, not only that, if there is no free will, then it almost invalidates most of Aristotle's philosophy. At least in the personal development front. That is, examples of that would be teleos, logos, moral virtue. All that doesn't make any sense if in the absence of free will. For Aristotle, what separates humans and animals is that our ability to make choices, right? Because for him, choices translates into habits and habits translates into character. So if you say there is no free will, then we have no control over our choices and no control over our habits and so on and so forth. So Aristotle strongly argues in the favor of free will. Nietzsche's perspective on the issue of free will. Now, before I give Nietzsche's views on free will, let me give you the context of Nietzsche's philosophy for better understanding purpose. Now, for Nietzsche, humans are aggressive in nature. Since we have become civilized, we have found new ways to express that aggression, inherent aggression. For him, the modern day idea of criminal justice system, revenge, retribution, all that serves the same purpose of expressing our inherent aggression. Right? Because when we fail to do that, we develop resentment or ressentiment. In biology and evolutionary psychology, there's this concept of displacement aggression, where we have circuits in our reward pathway which releases dopamine when we engage in the act of displacement aggression. So for Nietzsche, free will is also another man-made concept that serves the same purpose of expressing our inherent aggression and reaching a level of catharsis. His argument is that if there is no free will, we cannot only praise or appraise people, but also we cannot make them take responsibility for their actions. If we cannot make them take responsibility for their actions, we cannot punish them for their action. Right? So for him, free will does not exist. He believes in the idea of will to power. Right? In brief, his argument is free will is a man-made concept, is a moralist invention to make people take responsibility for their action. That is his argument. He does not believe in free will. Now let's see the arguments of neuroscientists Sam Harris and Robert Sapolsky around the issue of free will. The gist of their argument revolves around the concept of nature and nurture. They argue that everything we do comes under everything we do or don't do comes under the influence of nature and nurture. That is, we have a cause and effect relationship. Example of nature's influence on us would be DNA, gene modification, epigenetics, influence, hormone level, neurobiological factors. Nature's influence on us would be culture, society, upbringing, your relationship with your parents, all that. They argue that everything we do comes under the influence of nature and nurture. So there is no free will. I do believe they are correct. But we have no free will at least in a larger sense. Because when we introspect our life, every choice, every action, every decision we took or didn't take comes under the influence of nature and nurture. So we have no free will in that sense. But I do believe in the concept of mitigated free will. that we still have some level of agency in a mechanistic framework, that is with the help of the executive attention of the prefrontal cortex. I think we have free will in that sense, but that is very little that exists in a mechanistic framework. That also comes under the influence of nature and nurture. We have free will in that sense, in that mechanistic framework. We have free will. The way forward from this would be, we only have two options. One is the pursuit of, hedonism and nihilism, the pursuit of pleasure and the pursuit and the belief that life has no meaning. That is one option. The other option would be try to navigate the world with the understanding or awareness of the limitation of our existence and human agency, and try to be a better human. Try to be more empathetic, more sympathetic towards others. Because when we fail to do that, when we fail to be that wonderful of a human being, we become nothing more than an animal reacting to every single stimuli that comes towards its way. And I think that's the way forward. That is the only way forward, in my opinion. I will put links to some of the books around this issue in the description. If you are interested, you can check them out. I hope you got something of value from this video. Like the video and share with someone who might find this useful. Until next time.